I grew up in northern Oregon, surrounded by forest. Woods were a normal part of life. I'd camped, hiked, and hunted since I was a kid. So when my friend Kevin invited me on a weekend trip to his family's old cabin deep in the pines, I didn't hesitate. It was late September, the air crisp, leaves starting to turn gold. We planned to spend 2 nights. No cell service, no neighbors, just us and the quiet of the woods. But that quiet became something else entirely. The first day was perfect. We chopped wood, fished at a nearby creek, and cooked dinner over the fire. As the sun went down, the forest turned completely still. No crickets, no wind, no sound. I remember saying it felt strange, like the woods were holding their breath. Kevin laughed it off, but later that night, I woke up to a noise outside. It wasn't an animal. It was footsteps. Slow, heavy, deliberate. I sat up in my sleeping bag, listening. The footsteps circled the cabin once, then stopped. I whispered Kevin's name, but he was snoring. I told myself it was probably a deer, but deep down, I knew it wasn't. I could hear the weight of it, like a person dragging their feet through the pine needles. I finally drifted back to sleep, but in the morning, we found footprints outside. Human footprints. Bare feet. Kevin thought it was a prank, maybe from some local kids, but the prints were deep, and they circled the cabin twice before disappearing into the trees. We hiked a bit that day and tried to forget about it, but by evening, I felt watched. Every time the wind moved the branches, I caught glimpses of something between the trees, too tall to be a person, too still to be an animal. After dinner, as we sat by the fire, we heard it again. Footsteps, closer this time, moving in the dark just beyond the reach of the firelight. We called out, thinking it might be a hiker, but no one answered. The footsteps stopped suddenly. Then, from somewhere in the trees, came a whistle. Low, 2 notes, repeated twice. It sounded almost like someone mocking us. We went inside, locked the doors, and stayed up most of the night, listening. Around 2 a.m., something hit the side of the cabin, hard. Then again, on the back wall. The wood shuddered with each impact. Kevin grabbed his rifle, and I shined a flashlight through the window, but the beam caught only trees and darkness. No eyes, no movement. But the sound, it was like heavy breathing, right outside the glass. Then we heard it. A voice. Faint. Broken. Like it was coming from far away. Help! Please! Help me! It was a woman's voice, weak and trembling. It came from the tree line. Kevin wanted to go check, but I grabbed his arm. There was something wrong with that voice. No emotion, no panic. Just a flat, hollow sound that didn't feel human. We stayed inside until sunrise, the rifle in Kevin's hands, the voice fading sometime around dawn. When we stepped outside, the ground was covered in fresh prints, dozens of them circling the cabin, bare feet, all facing inward. We packed up and left that morning. We didn't even talk on the way back. When we reached the nearest town, Kevin's uncle, the one who owned the cabin, told us a story. Back in the 1980s, a couple went missing in those woods. Their car was found on the access road, doors open, but their bodies were never recovered. Locals sometimes reported hearing a woman's voice calling for help near that same area. Search teams went out for weeks, but never found anyone. I haven't been back since. I still camp, but never that deep, never where the signal dies and the woods close in completely. Because sometimes when the wind is still and the night gets too quiet, I can almost hear that same whistle. Low, 2 notes, repeated twice, drifting from the trees. And when I do, I don't look toward it. I just pack up, get in my truck, and drive.